What is up, guys, and welcome to another edition of Market Marauders. Beat the market one trade at a time. For you, Market Marauders investment channel helps you to find the best deals in the market. If that's something you're interested in, make sure you hit that thumbs up and then subscribe. Definitely helps the YouTube algorithm promote the videos. All right, so I'll be giving you my penny stock watch list for the week. So let's jump into it. Starting off with the first one, we got ticker sign UUU for Universal Security Investments. So their moving average 10 is $2.35. Moving average 50 is $2.02, and the moving average 100 is $1.74. They are bullish, denoted by this moving average 10 line being above the moving average 50 and the moving average 100. So they are bullish at the current moment, ending the week at $3.07. So let's go to their 30-minute chart and see what's going on with their 30-minute chart. All right, so our 30-minute chart, we can see they are still bullish as well. So why did I pick this company on my stock list? So on the channel, I like to go over some background information on the stocks and not just look at the chart to tell you where it's bullish or bearish, but actually my synopsis of how to do due diligence is to look at the chart and then also go some background information to understand why a stock is performing a particular way and how you can benefit yourself from actually reading these articles. So, Universal Security Instruments actually said that they are entertaining the thought of a merger. So if you're familiar with mergers and filing of mergers and things of that nature, anytime a company has a merger, it usually is a positive thing for the company. Rarely do you see it as a negative. And this is from Market Insider, which is a pretty reputable source in my opinion. It says USI considered at least 6 candidates as possible merger partners. The manufacturer said the purpose of this move is for changing USI's business so that USI will continue as NYSE listed company, but with a different business. So compliance in the NYSE is always a big thing, and when companies do not meet compliance, they basically get delisted. So they're just trying to make sure they can still be a publicly traded company, which there's nothing wrong with that. With them trying to do this, but I think it's a pretty savvy move for them. It says additionally, USI started in the filing that a handful of candidates withdrew from the process. This was due to change in their internal plans. So they're still looking for people to merge with them, but I think overall the company has a pretty good plan forward, or a pretty good path forward for trying to do the merger. And if the merger goes through, if they can find a company to merge with, then it basically saves this company as a whole, and it also makes the company look good overall, because now they have a partner that can help them and help spread their business moving forward. So I would say definitely keep your eyes out for ticker sign UUU in the coming weeks. So next one, check out ticker sign SOLO. And that is for electromechanica vehicles. So their moving average 10 is $2.78. Moving average 50 is $2.68. And the moving average 100 is $2.65. So if we look at the company, they are bullish at the current moment. The time of this video, denoting the moving average 10 line being above the moving average 50 and the moving average 100. So that's always a really good metric. VWAP is also pretty high as well. So that's good for the company and good for trading in general. So going to some background information on them. I have covered this company before quite a while ago, but it was a long time ago. So I'm glad to add them back to the list, seeing that they are updating things they're doing with their company. So it says the designer and manufacturer of electric vehicles today announced that it will open 6 new retail locations across the western U.S. within the next month. The company also announced that the initial shipment of its production vehicles for its flagship Solo EV have arrived in North America. In line with company's ongoing vehicle rollout strategy, these Solo EVs have been designed for corporate use in marketing, advertising, and retail activities. So these are the places that they're going to be having their different locations: San Diego, California, Brea, California, Scottsdale, Arizona, Glendale, Arizona, Santa Clara, California, and Walnut Creek, California. So in my personal opinion, I think this is a fantastic company. They make these little small compact vehicles, but they're all electric vehicles. So they have a whole slew of applications, in my personal opinion. If you're an Uber driver, you may not want this vehicle, but if you deliver for Uber Eats, it's enough room for you to go and put your meal and stuff in there and still get around. It's an electric vehicle, so you can charge it. It probably does not take a long time to charge it. I haven't read the specs on it, but looking at the actual design of it, it doesn't look like it takes that much energy or have a small battery, because it looks like most of it is designed for the battery. So I'd imagine the battery is probably back here or down here, because usually in electric vehicles the battery is not in the front, because that's for all the charging light components and things of that nature. So I think it's a nice little compact vehicle, in my personal opinion, and it's a cheap stock. So if you look at the stock, its actual price $2.78. Just think if a company were to pick this up and be like, okay, we're going to use this, we're going to buy a bunch of these vehicles, they get a large order to come through, like a university, or some company that just wants to do a delivery service or something of that nature, like a Domino's or something, like, okay, Domino's going to get a couple vehicles, AutoZone going to get a couple vehicles just to go around the city and do services. This company has a large sort of application. One of the major things that I was looking at beforehand is this company didn't really have that big of an American presence, but now they have 4 locations that are going to be, or 6 locations that are going to be in the United States. So servicing wouldn't be too bad of a problem, or contacting customer service wouldn't be too bad of a problem, because it's not overseas. It's now in the United States. So I think there's a bright future, this company, in my personal opinion, especially with the growth of EVs and people getting into EVs. And I definitely see the potential of another large company starting to buy these vehicles now that they have a U.S. basis. So definitely keep your eyes out on them. Once they go up, if you come back and find this video, once they go up, make sure you drop a donation in the PayPal down below, or the Cash App, because you heard it here first. So going to the next one that I have is ticker sign VTVT. And this is for VTV Therapeutics. At the time of this video, their moving average 10 is $1.69. Their moving average 50 is $1.65. And their moving average 100 is $1.65. So the moving average 50 and 100 are essentially the same, off by just a little bit. But if we look at where the stock is at the time of this video, it is bullish. So that is determined by the moving average 10 being above both the moving average 50 and the moving average 100. Just barely at the current moment, but I think, this company has a couple of things going on for them. So let's jump to some background information on them. So jump to some background information on them. This article came out on the 29th, so it's pretty recent. But they're basically going to be giving VTV Therapeutics to present study update and preliminary data on baseline characteristics of study participants in phase 2, a leavage study evaluating aziliragon at 13 clinical trials on Alzheimer's disease, or CTAD digital event. So basically they're trying to cure Alzheimer's, which, if you're not familiar with Alzheimer's, it's a disease where you start to forget different things, but it's more deeper than that. That's just a simplified version of it. It affects a lot of Americans, or a lot of people in general. It's a worldwide disease, so it's not just solely based in the U.S., but it's affects a lot of different lives and a lot of different families. But this company, on this date, November 4th, they could be giving a good update on some potential good news on their actual trial. So on November 4th, I expect, to watch it. And since that digital event is going to be next week, that's why I have them on my watch list, because, if it's a good update from the company, I expect the stock to go up, based on good news from their phase trial. But if it's bad news, it may stay the same or it may go down. But I personally believe that with this update, there's going to be good news. So that's why I have them on my watch list for this week. And lastly, on my watch list for this week for penny stocks, We're going to type in ticker sign MGI for MoneyGram. So yeah, MoneyGram still exists. It's still a company out there. I know people are like, Western Union is the way to go, but MoneyGram used to be, the thing back in the day. Everybody know about MoneyGram. MoneyGram ain't fell off. It's still here. It's still out there. So I know back in the day people were like, yeah, send me a couple bucks through the MoneyGram. Send me things through the MoneyGram. Send me a MoneyGram. Send me $5 through the MoneyGram. But, now we got Venmo and, Cash App and PayPal and all other stuff. People have forgotten about MoneyGram. But MoneyGram, the OG, in my opinion, MoneyGram, the OG when it comes to wiring money to people. That and Western Union. But Western Union, you have to fill out paperwork, go to different places. MoneyGram was on the mobile. So, you got scammers, you got all type of people out there using MoneyGrams. Like, hey, wire me some money. Send it through the MoneyGram. So going into MoneyGram, ticker sign MGI. Their moving average 10 is $5.14. Moving average 50 is $4.53. Moving average 100 is $4.54. So they ended the week at $5.11. So they are bullish by this moving average 10 line being above the moving average 50 and the moving average 100. And VWAP is still significantly high. So I would say look for this to be an early morning mover on Monday when the market opens, because this VWAP is still very high at the current moment, which means, in my personal opinion, people were still buying quite a large amount of shares as the market was closing. Even though it closed red, in my personal opinion, I think people were still buying quite a bit because VWAP was very high. So volume in general was high, but I don't think it was high because people were selling off. I think it was high because the people put a lot of orders in towards the end of the week. Because everybody remembers MoneyGram. So going to the back round information on MoneyGram, they actually gave their third quarter results 2020. So their net income was $10.9 million, adjusted EBITDA was $68.8 million. Money transfer revenue growth of 5%, led by 10% transaction growth year over year. 176% year over year MGO cross-border transaction growth. So that is a super high number as far as that's concerned. Digital performance in the quarter was led by MoneyGram's online direct-to-consumer channel, or MGO. MGO delivered 111% year-over-year transaction growth and 114% revenue growth, driven by strong consumer demand for MoneyGram app. High consumer retention rates and increased productivity rates. Cross-border online transfer and revenue grew an impressive 176% and 174% respectively year over year. So everybody remember MoneyGram. MoneyGram is the go-to. If y'all watching out there, MoneyGram, sponsor me. Definitely hyping y'all up out here. But me personally, people say trade stocks, everybody knows MoneyGram. I forgot for a while MoneyGram actually exists with the birth of Venmo, PayPal, and Cash App. But, MoneyGram is still a real thing. And I think, it's the OG of money transfer. So that's why I had them on my list, especially with numbers like this, showing that there's a demand for money transfer. I definitely give it a thumbs up in my book, and going to continue to watch it on my watch list. And those are the stocks for the watch list. So good luck to everybody out there trading. Make sure you lock in those profits for this week. Make sure you check out the election. The election's going to be this week, so make sure you check that out. And make sure you drop a comment down below. Tell me which penny stocks you guys are looking at. Hit that thumbs up, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.